techniques for streaming and sharing. Okay, so hello. If you're just joining after this live stream is over, if you're watching on the YouTube, hello, you're very welcome. We're going to get started at the 10-minute mark with some kind of reading or some kind of talk, and then we'll be practicing meditation together. Okay, that's what we'll be doing today. So if you're watching later, you can skip ahead to the 10-minute mark, and that's when we will formally get started. Someone asking in one of the streams here, how do you let go of suffering? You let go of suffering by accepting it and embracing it, being with it, instead of just trying to get rid of it or to cover it up with some kind of pleasure. You embrace your suffering, you take care of it. And to take care of something, you have to show up for it, show up to it. You have to give it your attention. Someone say that I feel like Buddhism is about nothing really matters. That would be a total lack of understanding about Buddhism, both in practice, in teachings, in the representation of Buddhist people. I've been in the game, you can say, for the better part of a decade with Buddhist teachers and Buddhist communities and all that, and the phrase "nothing really matters" is I never found anything like that. So maybe you can learn a little bit more about meditation and Buddhism in this this group meditation today. Okay. So we have a short reading here. I will offer some words of moderate to intermediate wisdom, and then we'll do meditation together. Hello there, Josh and Maya and Luke. I see you there, and Kit. Hey, Kit, and Simon. Okay, Kit, now I can really see you. Seeing is believing, and I see you. Hey there, Mei Lee, watching through YouTube. Another 5 minutes till we get started. Today is also the official beginning of Vasa, the official beginning of the Rains Retreat for Buddhist monks. So now begins a 3-month period where the monks do not travel. They stay in one place, they stay at one temple, and it's considered to be an auspicious time. a time where it's even more valuable to practice meditation and to be generous, to support the monks. And for the monks personally, it's a time to focus even more on sharing the Dharma, the teachings, more on meditation, more on study, and to kind of hunker down and get to work. That's the idea. So it is definitely a special time. And we're very lucky to be practicing meditation together on this day. I'm sharing this stream on Reddit, and so we have some Reddit questions coming in. I'll just share them for a bit of levity. Before we begin, not too much levity, but just a bit. Seventh Assassins says, why is it necessary to shave head to practice Buddhism? Well, it's not. You don't have to shave your head if you like to learn about Buddhism, so don't worry about that. Hello to Vidura1 on YouTube, watching on YouTube. Hello, Christina. Welcome. And hi there, Babu. Just in time, we're about to begin. Another 2.5 minutes. So before we begin, we can start to bring our attention onto the breath, start to settle, bringing our focus onto the mind, the breath, our awareness, our feeling of being here and being aware, naturally aware, this naturally arising awareness. Really lean into that. And within that scope of our naturally arising awareness, planting the seed of our intention to do a wholesome activity, to do a kind of skillful activity by listening to something that has the intention at least to be wise and simple and heartfelt, So that's good. And then to really practice, to turn inward and to show up to and to be with our body and our mind, to really gather up our mind and our awareness and bring it to the body for this practice together. So planting the seed of that real intention to do it, to really practice together today. And hi there, Ali. All right, so very sincere, heartfelt welcome to everyone who is joining for this group meditation practice. We are going to take a look at a reading together. I will share some words with the intention of being wise, and then we will meditate together. We'll really take some time to look inward, to practice meditation at this moment, to take advantage of it. Okay, so as we listen to these teachings, as we listen to this wisdom, we listening from our heart, we listening from this state, this quality of awareness, not thinking, not intellectualizing. And in that way, we are really receiving the teachings and receiving whatever wisdom may or may not be there. We find out for ourselves through this deep listening. So our beginning short reading is from a book called Waking Up from the Dream. As you can see here, waking up from the dream. And in some sense, we're here to wake up from the dream of our selfishness, our anxiety, our fear, our greediness, our nastiness. Waking up from that dream into a state of naturally arising peace and naturally arising awareness. And this short reading is entitled The Power of Habits. When you die, you can't take anything with you. Only karma follows you. Why does your face look the way it does? Why were you born into a certain family? Why has your life worked out the way it has? Some people say that these things are the results of karma. You may have also heard the phrase, when you die, you can't take anything with you. Only karma follows you. But what exactly is karma? Karma is just the ordinary things we do each day that, over time, build up and become habits. So, my goodness, this word karma, what comes to mind is crystals and hula hoops and dancers and special colors and, just a very spiritual kind of fragrant kind of ideas, very mystical and spiritual. There's a karma, this a karma. Maybe for some of us that comes up, but not for all, right? And so from a Buddhist perspective, from a Buddhist teacher, this is a monk for many, 10, 20, 30 years, this Buddhist monk. He says, but what exactly is karma? Karma is just the ordinary things we do each day that over time build up and become habits. The expression karmic force really refers to the power of habit, maybe the effect of habit. We are pulled along and shaped by our habits. Even our likes and dislikes are shaped by our culture and what's familiar to us. Everyone has their own sore spots and pet peeves. This is something to keep in mind when you're trying to get off on a good start. If you're not able to be your own master, it's a little bit too masculine for me, but I don't know a feminine of master, so maybe a maester. If you're not able to be your own maester, still a little masculine, your life will just be pulled along by habits. It is the same as lighting a bit of incense in a room. As the day goes on, the room will slowly fill with the aroma. When you take some action, whether good or bad, once you cling to it, you will be pulled by it. Then it will occur again and again, continuing even into the next life. or the next moment, such that it never ends. If you want to stop solely acting on habit and put an end to this constant cycle of arising and passing away, or this constant cycle of rebirth, ask yourself, who is being reborn? Who is not letting go? That's an especially good question for our meditation. Who is aware of this meditation? Who is not letting go? Who is aware moment to moment? And who is it that is not letting go? Not diving in. So that is the short reading. For me to share, I gave a talk today about birth and death. We have a ceremony at the temple. And what I talk about is that in Buddhism, birth and death are of the utmost importance. The Buddhist people, they usually come to the temple to see the monks, to donate or to participate in a ceremony when someone has passed away, or when someone is being born, or when someone is about to pass away, or when someone is about to be born. So this subject of birth and death is a place of great sensitivity. And while usually we have in our mind that this birth and death is some outside, separate kind of thing that we're going to go through and experience at some point in the future, that's not the reality of it, right? I often speak about this idea of a moment-to-moment birth and death. This kind of moment-to-moment arising and passing away as how we understand birth and death in Buddhism. And it's fair to say that that is quite true, very true. But however you understand birth and death, however you look at it, it is a moment-to-moment situation. This body that we cherish so much, this mind and these possessions and this whole situation that we are just so infatuated by, happens moment to moment. And if we die, when is that going to be? It's going to be right here and right now. It's not going to be at some other place, at some abstract time after we've finished what we want to do, but death is something that happens in the same way that birth is something that happens, although I would say that birth can be a lot more expected, whereas death kind of, it doesn't take 9 months to die. It doesn't take any period. The only period of maturation that it takes to die is the period that it takes to be born. So everything that we experience, and this is maybe why birth and death is so important in Buddhism, because everything that we experience, everything that is born, everything that arises, has within it the seed of its own cessation. So if something comes up, if we are aware of something, it is bound to, it is subject to passing away. It's just nature. So within that seed, apple seed or a tree seed or a flower seed, we're always thinking about the birth that's going to come from that, the flower that's going to come from that. But just as much as that seed carries within it the potentiality for a flower, for something coming into being, for this embodiment, it just as much carries within it this embodiment of impermanence, this passing away. So in meditation, we really tune into and we experience quite directly, quite literally, this arising and passing away of phenomena. And the more that we touch into that, the more that we experience that direct moment-to-moment arising and passing away, the more that we are able to navigate our lives in a way where we are going through experiences. We wake up and we're tired, but we're not simply subject to tiredness. We don't just, I'm tired, that's the end of it, I give up. that tiredness is impermanent. That depression is impermanent. This body is impermanent. So being aware of it, going through it, accepting that this is the way that things are right now, and this certainly is the way that things are right now, there's no doubt about that, we can take actions within that space, even though there may be difficulty, even though there may be confusion. We can take actions within that space of this is the way that things are right now to do skillful activities, to be intentionally kind, to be intentionally patient, to practice meditation, to come back to this sati, this mindfulness, this presence of mind, this awareness of mind in this moment. And from the Buddhist perspective, we really do consider that this practice of meditation is so skillful that if we pick it up, if we have a method, if we have an approach of turning inward, of showing up to our moment-to-moment life, of being with this awareness, simply being aware, we can transform suffering. We can show up not to the kind of big ideas of our life, but we can show up to this intimate moment-to-moment human experience in our life. We can really be there. We can really be with it. And so our practice of meditation is to have a method, okay, to focus. It's so simple you couldn't even say it. But we focus on the breath, the feeling of the breath coming in and going out. And then, we get so distracted. We get caught up in things. We feel different things. And then once again, we go back to the breath. And so it's a process. It's a way of being. But that method is allowing us to tune into, to touch into, to rely on our naturally arising awareness. This natural, totally ordinary state of being aware, being present to our life, settling into that. And through this, we learn that there is a lot of richness and joy and peace in calmness, in just being aware, in just sitting outside and hearing the birds and seeing and just hearing and just smelling and just tasting and just this. We learn that there's a real value to that is, so many effects that are beneficial. And we learn to bring that even to our difficulties, just stressing out about work. Not the extra stuff, just having an argument and recovering from it and trying to make things better. Just being an imperfect person. Just trying to take care of ourselves. Just waking up in the morning. This kind of single-mindedness, wholeheartedness, presence of mind, of awareness. Okay, does anyone have any questions about this before we get started with our meditation? Anything to clarify or anything like that comes up? Great. So let's take a moment and get to the fun part, get to the railroad tracks of our practice, the home of our self-care, which is our meditation. Not consuming something, not believing in something, not getting something or getting rid of something, but this moment-to-moment showing up, being present, putting our mind onto the method, and practicing meditation together. Okay? So take a moment to adjust your posture. Make sure that you are comfortable to practice meditation. And once we find that comfortable position to sit in, to be in, we can close our eyes if we like and bring our focus, bring our mind onto the breath. Feeling the breath coming in and going out. The physicality of it, the intimacy of it, this breathing as this life-sustaining activity, it's very intimate. Breathing in this way of connecting with ourselves. Allowing ourselves this time to connect, to breathe, to be with the heart, to be with the body, breathing and being aware, breathing and relaxing, calming. Notice any tension in your body, any tightness. Give your attention to that tightness as you breathe, just relax it. Let it go. Let it calm and settle. With each and every breath, coming more and more into our recognition of our naturally arising awareness, our natural concentration. This space where we really aren't putting forth any effort. We don't need to. There's simply this natural concentration, this natural awareness that is sustaining us, that we are connecting with and relying upon. With our awareness, this natural awareness, scanning through the head area, noticing if there's any tension there in the face, or even maybe head inside the skull. Any feeling of tension, notice it, relaxing it, totally relaxing and breathing. From the head to the neck and the shoulders. The shoulders to the arms and the forearms and the hands. The chest and the back, the midsection. Taking a look with our noticing mind, our awareness in this torso, midsection area, seeing if there's anything that we notice there. Whenever we notice in the midsection the stomach, the lower back. Accepting and releasing. No struggle. Down into the pelvis, the groin, the butt and the thighs. Noticing any and all tension, releasing, being intimate with our own body. From the thighs to the knees. The calves to the ankles, all the way down to the feet. Now our whole body at this moment. Breathing and noticing, being aware of the whole body here and now. Connecting with our whole body. Breathing and being aware. Remembering that our practice here is not to fall into a sleepiness or a trance, but to really connect with our body and our mind through the method of breathing, being in this natural state of brightness, this natural concentration. Mind is natural to make thoughts, to have a story, a distraction. This doesn't need to interfere with our meditation. We simply notice we are aware of thinking, but we don't rely on it. We don't invest in it. Noticing thoughts, maybe being a bit pulled into them, and then coming back to our method, coming back to this natural awareness. Breathing and being aware, connecting with our whole body. So our meditation isn't to fall into a trance, to have a special kind of meditation experience, but rather to come back to this natural awareness, this ordinary mind of presence, to come back again and again to the breath and the whole body here at this moment. Whatever it is that comes up in our bodily awareness, in our mental awareness, we notice it, we're aware of it, and then we settle back into the method, following the breath, being aware for a few more minutes. We can even allow a slight smile to come on our face, a kind of recognition and appreciation of this connection that we are having with ourselves. Breathing and connecting with that inner calm, that inner safety, that heart. Ending our meditation, we will practice metta. So continuing your awareness of your body and of your breath, using your sincere voice, your inner voice or your outer voice, it's up to you, repeating after me. Starting with sending metta towards ourselves. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I be truly happy. May I be safe. May I be safe. May I be totally safe. May I be healthy. May I be healthy. May I truly be healthy. May I be at peace. May I be at peace. May I be totally at peace. May I be free from suffering. May I be free from fear. May I be strong. Bringing to mind someone that we love, someone that we care about, someone that's really special to us. We really care about them. Bringing them to mind and feeling this energy, this sincerity of loving kindness within you, bringing them to mind, repeating after me, may you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. Feeling that metta within us, that energy of metta, and also our capacity, our ability to share that metta with others, bringing our palms together as we make the affirmation, the intention to share that metta with all beings. May all beings in the world be happy. May all beings in the world be safe. May all beings in the world be healthy. May all beings in the world be at peace. And as we finish, we will say this word, sadhu. And if you like to harmonize, as I kind of sing this word a little bit, you can try to join and try to harmonize with it. It can be very nice to do that. And this word, sadhu, kind of means, may it be so, and well done. Also appreciation for our practice, okay? Sadhu. 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 And bow. Okay, great. So thank you for joining everyone. Our group meditation, our practice together. What a treat, what a joy. Uh, Anyone want to share anything or ask any question before we wrap up, before we close out our time together?
I think Shash's hoodie is really cool looking.
It is,
That's
isn't
all.
it? I thought it too. I said, "Wow, what a nice kind of hoodie. How special to share that with us." So thank you, Chesh, for keeping us in mind to share that.
It's very cozy. I wish coziness on all of you.
Well, thank you so much. That's great.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Affirmation.
yeah.
Um, so I've been talking about during the meditation to try to focus on that. Um, I think it's you called it inner concentration. And I'm having trouble understanding that because every time I meditate, especially longer meditations, and especially now because it's pretty late in Germany, um, I tend to get into that trance state that you kind of told to not to fall into, like kind of between not really asleep, but something similar to it. Well, I'm not really being mindful, but or aware of my own breathing, but you're getting in a trance state.
So it's a great question, and that's one of the things that we pull ourselves out of. In the same way that pull ourselves out of it's a way of speaking to kind of talk about what we do, but in the same way that we get very sleepy and we're kind of falling asleep in our meditation, or we feel kind of tight, we feel a little bit of a stress, a little bit of a forcing things. We notice that, we're aware of that. We come back to the method, we come back to focusing on our breath, and then we can kind of ease off on the force. And there's this natural state of mindfulness, this natural state of awareness. And that's the quote unquote trance that we are coming back to and working with. But it's not a trance. It's a state of just really naturally being aware and naturally being present and concentrated. And that's kind of what we're focusing on and what we're working with in our meditation. So
Okay,
that
thank you.
trance, yeah, that trance can be very pleasant, and sometimes people think that that's kind of the point of meditation, is to have this drowsy, sleepy kind of cocoon, like we're putting ourselves to sleep. And that's nice, it's there's nothing wrong about relaxing for sure. But when we meditate, we really do want to have this brightness and this really showing up and really connecting with ourselves um, in a very attentive way. So great question. Thank you, Simon.
It's Shimon.
Shimon. Okay, great.
Yes.
Anyone else have a question or just want to share something? Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining, especially everyone joining here on the Discord and on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. And I look forward to having another group meditation, group practice together tomorrow. Really within that range of 12 o'clock of noon to 2 to 3. Tomorrow I should be more free, so maybe we'll have it about 12. We'll see what happens, but keep in touch and we'll keep practicing together. Okay? Thank you for joining, everyone. Mm,
Thank you, Bante. Thank you,
mm,
everyone.
mm. Okay, goodbye to everyone on YouTube. Thank you for watching through YouTube, and I hope it's convenient and it's accessible. And if you feel that there's anyone in your life who might benefit from this, or who might want to get connected with a modern Western monk and join us for meditation, don't be shy about inviting them to join. And if you're not already on the Discord, it's a great way to stay connected with the community. But we'll also keep sharing here on YouTube. I know that this is one of the most accessible ways to join for these meditations. You just click, you watch, and you can see the community, you can see me, and we all practice together in that way. So thanks for joining, and see you again soon. Everyone joining on YouTube. And so